Oh, looking at that thing like a kid on Christmas morning. I know you take a lot of pride in that thing, and I've had no less than 3 people ask me today, what stands out about this year's Chili Bowl? Well, outside of the usual suspects doing what they do, your unbelievable drive last night really stands out to me. And I know getting behind the 8 ball early in your heat as you did, falling victim, nowhere to go, nothing to do, it just stirs you and kicks a light in your ass.
It does. It was a lot of fun last night. Like you said, not exactly how we wanted to do it, but it's cool to get this Jason Lefler award, Elbows Up award. I raced with Jason in this building a lot, and then obviously in our nationwide careers together. And sucks not to have him here, but it's cool to see Spire Sports Entertainment, keep his name going here at Chili Bowl. He was always one to watch and a lot of fun to see. So it was cool here to get this. Obviously, I think McDougal's got it wrapped up for today. So, we had a lot of fun last night. Looking forward to capping it off with a good run here in our B main.
Honestly, from what I saw last night, the way that car was rolling, rotating, wherever you wanted to put it, it seemed as though to me you even stack up well against the other 4 night previous winner and Grant as well.
Yeah, it felt really good. I mean, I was kind of shocked to see, us so close to Grant there coming across the line from where we started and kind of how that long run went. I felt like it took me a while to get into third, and once we did, it took a while to run down Cummins there. So I was shocked to see that we were almost, right there battling for the lead the last lap. But our North Energy Drink Midget felt really good. Sunshine's was really good on Monday, and hopefully we can, get it dialed in. Win this. It'd be nice to win this B main and start closer to the front come the A feature.
Help these fans understand, coming into this building, approaching this event every single year, for those of you boys who race on Sundays for a living, this stacks up to any Daytona 500 that you start on a different aspect, but this means everything to you guys. A lot of people don't understand that.
It does. I mean, I think about, just watching Kyle win last year and, the years that he put in trying to win that. And then you look at others, that's, been in the sport for a long time, put their dues in, put their hours in, put the races here in this building, back to back and years and just never was able to get that job done. And so you look at the 500 the same way. There's so many people that have been so close to winning that race that, never got that opportunity. And this Chili Bowl is the same way. We put a lot of effort into this. The CMR boys, put two really good cars for me and Sunshine together, and happy that, we can put on a show with it.
And I also love, before we let you go, how you've chosen to take it upon yourself, and not because you have to, because it just comes out of pure heart, to carry forth the legacy and acknowledge and remember your brother Bryan Clauson every chance you get, and he rides on your helmet every lap.
Yeah, it's cool. Obviously ever since, Bryan passed away, any helmets I've gotten done, I've made sure to incorporate, his BC logo, into my helmet. And, that was what was cool about last night. It was Driven to Save Lives night, and, Bryan always ran on Fridays, and I wanted to get the win for him. That was our plan going into the night. And, obviously things switched, real quick there after that heat race. And then it was all about just trying to, not wake up as early today. But it was cool. I know he had a lot of fun watching that, and, we'll see if we can do him proud again tonight.
Well, it seems as though the Spire Sports and Entertainment Racing Boys Lefler Elbows Up Award has become a pretty coveted prize to many who have received it. You've got a lot of hardware at home. Now you can clear off some space and add that one to your accolades, buddy.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't have a ton of accolades from Chili Bowl. We've won a couple mains, on Saturday coming up through the field. One year we got Hard Charger on Saturday. Like I said, I think McDougal's got that one covered for today, but this will go right next to it.
Great effort last night. We'll be watching tonight. You should be factored in before the thing's over, I would believe, at least for a podium.
So. I hope so.
Olive Branch, Mississippi's Ricky Stenhouse Jr., your Friday night Spire Sports Entertainment Racing Boys Jason Lefler Elbows Up Award, and he earned it. There was not as much dispute last night, maybe a little bit, but not as much dispute last night over your winner as the night before, and he well deserves it. Guys, back to you.
All right, Scotty, appreciate it. Great to hear from Ricky up top. We typically give out a Saturday award.
Yeah.
And in previous years, being as that we are the makers up and the arbitrators of the rules, we have insisted that the driver make the A main event. However,
I smell an exception.
I think, considering that might have been the most epic soup run we have seen in a while, that we might be able to do that if we wanted to give that award away now. What do you think?
I'm all for it, especially because the way it ended. You know, if Jason just, flat out got driven there and maybe missed it, I think it's still a great run. But there's always the question of what if for me. And I think the way that race played out, and, you give it to a guy who is elbows up from the drop of the green flag, yesterday.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, just broke after he took the lead in the B from the back and had a chance to run the alphabet soup yesterday in his prelim night, and then you have something like this happen today. I know we'd like to do the A mains, and I'll leave this to especially our higher-up bosses. Maybe the producer, Heather Stassa, could let us know. But I know from my vantage point, I think we could make an exception.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I got a solution for us. This is going to be the Spire Sports and Entertainment Racing Boys Jason Lefler Elbows Up Award. At the end of the evening, we will have the award winner announced on the Racing Boys Twitter page.
Okay.
So we'll put it out on social media just in case something else happens in and before. But again, we will award that award at the end of the evening. It'll go out on the Racing Boys social media platform, and we will let you know who it is. But again, got to be hard to have it be anybody other than Jason McDougal.
The only person that is still left to equal what Jason has done is Zeb Wise.
Wise could make an epic charge.
Yes,
we'll
if
see.
Wise can make tonight's feature, and I believe he started. Let's see, he transferred into the first D, so he was at least in an E. Yes, so he came. So he just came through 2.
Yeah, if you go E to A and pass some guys in the A,
maybe
we'll debate.
We'll check back.
Okay.
Yes.
So pole shuffle is coming up. Here's the lineup for the pole shuffle. And again, drivers who ran second on the prelim night are going to be the ones who are starting 6 through 10. You're only going to see 7, 8, 9, and 10 here in this first 4-lapper. Alex Bright drew the 7. He's on the pole. Kyle Cummins drew the 8. He's on the outside of row 1. Timez drew the 9. He's on the inside of row 2. Buddy Kofoid drew the 10. He's on the outside. So respectively, Bright, who was Wednesday,
Yes.
Cummins, who was Friday, Timez, who was Tuesday, and Kofoid, who was Thursday, end up 7, 8, 9, and 10. Top 2 finishers will move up to challenge 5 and 6. And if you think about it, the guy who drew 5 is the one with the most to lose, because if he ends up last in his pole shuffle run, he could have won his prelim night and backed her all the way up to 8th, and that's going to be Rico Abreu.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rico Abreu waits for him at 5, and Sunshine Tyler Courtney waits for him at 6, who was Monday night's runner-up. So the Wednesday night winner and the Monday night runner-up wait for him at the 5 and 6 spot, as you see everybody fired to get a little bit of engine heat and probably run a little bit of moisture in on the raceway. Here for the pole shuffle on Flow Racing, Caleb Hart, Chris Wilner. Our last live piece before we go over to MAVTV. And,
Already?
MAVTV is, it's going to be a little bit, as Mav, they're not starting their broadcast till 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. So
Yeah.
we're going to have some time to fill. We'll keep
for
bringing
sure.
you content.
Yeah, we'll definitely chase some of those stories that we've had throughout the day today. Obviously, guys still have yet to run, so our pit reporters will be hard at work getting you some driver interviews and some nuggets and things. Obviously, they've got enough to chase today with the amount of action we've seen thus far.
You're going to get a look at lap times here on the Lucas Oil ticker on the left-hand side of the screen. You were going to get a look at lap times here on the Lucas Oil ticker on the left-hand side of the screen.
Here's a guy I'm really curious in watching how he drives his car, and that was Kyle Larson that we just saw. Larson, if you've been following along this week, wasn't necessarily the happiest following Tuesday night's prelim victory.
Subdued.
Very subdued, and wasn't maybe the dominant race car that we've seen him have in the past. So definitely a guy to keep your eyes on.
Well, you can take a look at the lap times as they are up and on the cushion through 3 and 4, just pelting the Bryan Kapinski announcer's booth with Clay and
Timez.
Thomas Bezerol fastest. Kyle Larson second quick. Christopher Bell, Cannon McIntosh, Justin Grant, Tyler Courtney, Alex Bright, Kyle Cummins, Buddy Kofoid, and Rico Abreu. That does not bode well for Rico.
No, it does not. I like to think we gave Timez a little bit extra juice since he got to be in the booth with us.
You look at it, again, Rico's got the most to lose here by the random draw, right? As, you know, typically when it was a one-on-one match race, if you drew the 5, okay, even if you lost your match race, you were still guaranteed to go off 6. So he could lose 3 spots. Brian Ward is going to give us an update, and Brian's got our Lucas Oil product spotlight. Brian.
That is absolutely right, Caleb. I'm down here with Greg Cazzo. Tell me about the OG product that you've got.
Lucas Oil Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. It was where it all got started. I know many people know that Forrest was a truck driver, but if they what you end up finding out is that he was a moving company. He was actually, once the moving companies were deregulated, he was actually one of the first people to actually be regulated and certified in all 50 states. So with all those trucks going cross country, going to Alaska, he needed something to keep his trucks working, making those long hauls. Obviously the big changes in temperature, whether you're going up to Minnesota or you're heading down to the south end of Texas. So he started developing his own brand. And this is what Lucas Oil Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer is, where it all got started. Not only, you know, we talked about on the first day, lubricity, that ability to keep parts lubricated. Well, this is gonna be with our special ingredients, the detergents, everything that you're gonna need to make your vehicle last longer, let it perform better, better gas mileage, and just overall better longevity. It can work in both gas and diesel. So the nice part is with this, you can use this as a replacement for one of your quarts when you're getting your oil changed, and you can use it during periodic, throughout the course of the year, and just help your vehicle last that much longer.
Super easy to use, just one extra step, putting a bottle of that instead of a bottle. So really not even an extra step, just replace one of your quarts of oil with that when you're doing any oil change. Really easy for all the consumers out there.
Well, and if you think about it too, is if you're keeping your vehicle for a while, over the course of a few oil changes, next thing you know, you've got yourself another oil change all ready to go, and all you gotta do, pick up another bottle. You can find that, all of our amazing products, especially designed for whether you want a synthetic, a semi-synthetic, you're working with traditional oils, whatever the case might be, look us up at lucasoil.com. Check out our amazing product lines and distributors all across the U.S. and online.
All right, that is the OG product, the Lucas Oil Stabilizer. Find it along with all the other wonderful Lucas Oil products at all your automotive parts stores. That's it with Greg Cazzo. Back to you guys in the booth for these pole shuffles.
Brian, tell Caz, I drive over 100 miles a day to and from work, and I put the heavy duty oil stabilizer in my car. It has kept that thing nice and running for a while.
I will definitely let them know. They're telling me in the booth that Caleb drives over 100 miles a day to and from work, and he puts the heavy duty stabilizer in there, and it does great things for him.
Well, I mean, that's the best part about it is it's not meant for just a long haul trucker. It's not meant for just maybe their community. Every single person that makes it a great product to make available to them, and it actually saves them money. You're going to save money with your gas mileage. You're going to save money in the performance, and you're going to save money in the longevity of your vehicle. So, I mean, hey, if you don't want to save money, then go ahead. Use Lucas.
I love saving money.
For those of you that do and want that performance, that's why we say at Lucas Oil, it works.
That's great, guys. It works.
Scotty Cook on the scene in the infield. Scotty, what are you seeing?
Hey, thank you very much. Right now, Justin Grant getting ready as Ken and McIntosh getting ready as well. These guys getting ready to go with an interesting format, young man. You drew the one pill tonight, And in a moment, you're going to have to get out there and just go like hell with 4 of your peers for 4 laps. And the bottom 2 go to the top of the ramp, and the top 2 stay out on the track. What are your thoughts?
Just try and get a good start, I'd say, and if we can stay out front and win it, that'd be great. We'd be on the pole. You know, if not, worst we can start is 4th. So, you know, just gonna try and attack it and do the best we can in this deal, and hopefully put ourselves in a good spot.
The biggest opportunity of your career lying forward in the next few hours. You're a mature young man. I know you'll do well. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma's Cannon McIntosh. Calm, cool, and collected. It's getting ready to get noisy because they're getting ready to cut these cats loose for the first round of the shuffle. We'll send it back to the booth.
The Do It for Grady Shuffle, Chris Wilner. Last chance for these 10 drivers who have earned starting spots in the first 5 rows of tonight's A main event to improve their position, or in some cases, lose a spot.
Yeah, it certainly is. So, you know, while this necessarily doesn't, you know, mean a whole lot as far as later on tonight, because, you know, we certainly know guys like Timez will be up on the wheel no matter where they start. This is a huge opportunity, I think, for cars like Kyle Cummins, who, you know, we all documented yesterday, didn't even know if he was going to run this race 12 hours before he went out and got second in his prelim night, locked in the show. So this is a good opportunity for him to see where he stacks up with the rest of the field. Like you said, Rico Abreu, he could certainly lose a lot here, and I know he's looking to get that rowdy car up front. So you want to track positions everything here at the Chili Bowl, and so it starts right here for these guys who have the opportunity to start the first 5 rows to get as high up as they can tonight to run for 55 laps and a shot at challenging guys like Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson for a gold drill.
All right, so Brad Chandler at Chili Bowl Gravel, the head track prep guy, said about 6 minutes ago, typically the pole shuffle is dominant on the bottom due to the low laps for each group. By scratching the top, it should liven it up just enough to compete. Also, they're going to watch the water wagon. The second lap we make will also help the top get momentum for the start, theoretically. So they've done some things trying to make this racier. Let's see how it shakes out. Bright and Cummins, Timez and Buddy Kofoid. Top 2 move on. Back 2 start 9th and 10th in the A main, green out.
Well, we're going to get a first look at the top here as Kyle Cummins and Buddy Kofoid are going to rip. And looks like Cummins, oh, both of them get loose. And Kyle Cummins comes to a stop, so.
Caution out. Now they're running 4 laps.
Yeah.
So, assuming that we count that first lap, and it looks like we're going to, we'll get a single file restart. Bright, Meserol, Kofoid, and then Cummings, Scotty Cook's on the scene.
Yeah, I do believe. Well, I thought upon initial appearance I was a bit a ways. Looked like his left front was bent, but it was just the way the wheels were cocked. He's going to throw that sucker back in gear, push back off, and give it another whirl. Tough break for Kyle Cummins. I know he just feels fortunate to be all up in the mix of this thing. An amazing story for this young man for this year's Chili Bowl, about to be a father and vying for a position in the front 5 rows at tonight's A main.
Yeah, we saw in the Longacre Racing Products replay there, Cummins just got in awfully hot there in 3 and 4, and then you just see once those rear tires caught the kind of the crumbs of that cushion, which is still pretty heavy with moisture, just almost just got the car over rotated, and he was unable to save it. We saw Buddy Kofoid get up there, almost do the exact same thing. He was able to keep rolling. So we'll try it again here with 3 laps.
It was like synchronized midget spinning.
They almost did, yeah.
Bright, Meserol, Kofoid, and Cummins. Again, top 2 move on, and here comes Kofoid on the attack for Timez. Timez said, man, I don't like racing Buddy Kofoid. He races like me. As Kofoid going up to the top of 3 and 4. Now Timez going to have to make the block. There's the move by Buddy down to the bottom on Timez.
He read that like a book. Timez, the way he entered the corner, Buddy just turned it downhill, got up underneath. Big wheels stand there for Kofoid. Alex Bright paces the way here with 1 to go, but Kofoid's going to have a shot at it. But here comes Timez to the inside.
Now Meserol gave him the goods down in 1 and 2, but didn't tap him too hard. Throws the slider in 3 and 4. It'll be Bright and Kofoid moving on. Thomas Meserol starts 9th in the feature. Kyle Cummins will start 10th.
Shades of a year ago with Thomas Meserol having to come from row number 5 in the feature.
At least he had a chance to compete
Yes.
this year. Scotty
Yes.
Cook on the scene. What do you see?
Well, of all the competitors that started this shuffle, Michael Buddy Kofoid was the only one that could spare no cost, because everyone else, you don't want to tear it up, but you got to go forward. Buddy missed the draw last night, so started in the back of that. He's got to go and go often and go early, and that's just what you saw him do in that first shuffle. It'll be fun to watch coming up even more right here.
Rico Abreu and Tyler Courtney are the two cars who drew 5 and 6. Alex Bright, Buddy Kofoid in behind him. Who advances to the next round of the pole shuffle? Sunshine cruises around the high side of Abreu. Kofoid, can he continue his run? Looking up at the high side, he's going to cut the corner on Bright. Bright giving pressure to Abreu. Kofoid low, slide job on Bright. He's got third with 2 laps left. He jumped the cushion. That's going to hurt him.
Yeah, both of them racing each other is going to allow Rico to set sail for Tyler and Courtney. So your top 2 in great shape. And this is exactly what Rico needed as Buddy throws another big-time slider on Alex Bright. But Rico, right here, we just said this is probably a bigger pole shuffle than everyone else as he gets crossed up a little bit. But right now, hanging close there with Tyler Courtney as we are on the white flag lap.
Yeah, again, Rico, who drew the 5, a prelim night winner. If he had finished last in this, would have started 8th in the A-main event. As is, he's going to move forward as it's Sunshine and Rico going forward. And then at the line, Bright and Kofoid. So Alex Bright going to start 7th, and Buddy Kofoid will start 8th. To the next round, where it's Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell waiting for Tyler Courtney and Rico Abreu. Here's the Platinum Pack, kids.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Tyler Courtney wants to get up in there and show those 3 that the pool guys, the odds makers, made a mistake by not thinking of them.
So far, it's been pretty top dominant. Haven't seen a lot of gains on the bottom besides pulling some sliders. And we know Kyle's no stranger to throwing sliders here, so we'll see what happens as the green flag's out.
Ooh, that was not a great start for Christopher Bell. Now, the green lights aren't on.
Nope.
And now the caution comes out.
We're going to have to try this again.
Here's the question. Reassessing penalties in a pole shuffle?
Well, we're going to look at Terry Maddox, and no, looks like just a warning.
Ooh, you let him get close.
Yeah.
All right, Larson low, Bell high. Courtney and Abreu once again. Oh, the gamesmanship begins between Larson and Bell. One of the greatest rivalries that we're going to ever see in our lifetime. We're agreed. Larson again with a nice start on the inside. Bell winding her up on the high side. Larson got up there, got to the cushion and made the block. Bell driving down to the bottom of 3 and 4. Didn't quite make the slide job happen, but he held second. Abreu and Courtney still close enough to Christopher to contend.
Yeah, Rico's just pounding the top right here. Gets a really good run off of turn number 2 as Bell slides himself to protect, but Rico's going to stick on the bottom in 3 and 4 as Larson begins to walk the dog a little bit.
Rico's still close enough, although he didn't have a great 1 and 2 there as Bell got away. It almost looked like Rico got into the bottom of 3. Really tentative the last time around as Kyle Larson knocking down the cushion in 1 and 2, bringing Christopher Bell with him to the checkered flag. Tyler Courtney starts 6th. Rico Abreu starts 5th.
So far, not a lot of the guys that have moved up to the next group haven't really been able to contend.
Kofoid the closest to really doing something big as he goes 10 to 8. Gave the boys a run ahead of him. For a second, it looked like Abreu might have been able to threaten Larson and Bell as they're now going to tuck in behind Cannon McIntosh and Justin Grant. Grant has started on pole of the A-main before.
This will be really good to see what kind of passing ability and what kind of cars Larson and Bell have in traffic. Cannon's really good at restarts and starts, so he'll be no slouch up on the wheel, and obviously we know what Justin Grant can do. Put on a clinic yesterday.
McIntosh low, Grant high, green flag, the final round of the pole shuffle, and Grant very slow to start. We're going to get another try at this.
Yeah, he was awfully slow as they went through 3 and 4. And there's Maddox again. I think that was a warning. Was that to McIntosh?
Oddly enough, Pole Shuffle is not starting all that great. Well, here they are.
Cannon's had 5 days besides the race besides the race of champions, so
Grant this time off the high side, green out. Grant with the big crossover into the corner, slide job. It's McIntosh on the crossover down the back straightaway. Grant looking to take the youngster to school. It's McIntosh, though, who counters. Grant's got him at the line. Grant leads, McIntosh 2. Larson looking to get one of the two of them. McIntosh with the slider on Grant. Grant again taken down on the low side of the speedway. Larson just looking to advance a row. Contact made off the corner. Grant's going to get away. McIntosh up on the high side. Here's Larson's slider on McIntosh, and McIntosh bungles. McIntosh up over the cushion into the wall, going to cost him 2 spots. Justin Grant to the white flag. The Do It For Grady Pole Shuffle, as Justin Grant is going to win, and your defending Chili Bowl champion, Kyle Larson, starts on the outside of row number 1. Bell will start 3rd. McIntosh will start 4th.
wow. That was a big-time move by Justin Grant to grab the lead. Like you said, taking the youngster to school. He said he knows once he got locked in yesterday how good of a race car he has. He just proved it right there.
Well, what you just saw there, too, plays to the mental game that's going to go on in the early stage of this race. For Justin Grant, now he knows he can take one of the Keith Kunz cars and beat him. Not only beat him on starts, but outrace them during the course of the race. He's got the car speed to do it. For Kyle Larson, you just had 2 straight races where you finished ahead of Christopher Bell.
Yeah, no kidding. That's big. And Christopher Bell, surprisingly, not as competitive, up there once they kind of got strung out. So Bell now going to have a little work to do tonight.
It's the first time Bell's been beat all week.
Sure.
He won the Virock. He swept his race night. As Justin Grant, your Do It For Grady Pole Shuffle winner here on Flow Racing.
Masterful job by Justin Grant once again, as our front 5 rows are set for tonight's 35th annual Lucas Oil Chili Bowl Nationals, presented by NOS Energy Drink, A main. And boy, is it shaping up to be a good one.
Don't forget, MAVTV takes over and they go live at 8:30 Eastern. That's 7:30 Central, 6:30 in the mountains, 5:30 Pacific. We have it here until they go live. So we're still going to keep content going for you guys as long as we can. As long as you want to see content on this Flow Racing broadcast. And again, MAVTV taking over at 8:30 Eastern. If you don't get MAVTV, check out MAVTVPlus.com. They are building on the Lucas Oil Racing TV platform, and there is a 60-day free subscription that's going to be out with that as well, so you can watch all the rest of the features tonight free of charge if you don't get MAVTV in your area. Again, MAVTV taking over at 8:30 Eastern, and if you don't have MAVTVPlus.com for tonight's C, B, and A live. Hey, while we're at it as well, I want to invite you to check out the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame auction. It's virtual this year, all online at sprintcarauction.com. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, their online fundraising auction, also benefiting the Parent Child Center of Tulsa. Check it out at sprintcarauction.com.
That's so freaking cool. There's a lot of cool stuff out there as well. So definitely check that out, as Caleb mentioned, and look live at the pit area here at the River Spirit Expo Center, Tulsa Expo Raceway, as only a handful of events left in the 2021 Chili Bowl. Take a look at our Keith Kunz stable, 10 entries this year. I believe that's the most a single car owner has brought to the Chili Bowls. But now take a look at the racetrack. Just waiting for Justin Grant to wrap up with Blake Anderson in the house here, and then we'll get our Scotty Cook on it. Hear from our pole sitter for tonight's 55 lapper.
You know, I haven't done a lot of shout-outs over the course of the broadcast.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out Bobby Gerald. Bobby Gerald had birthday yesterday, and I didn't get to it, and he's been watching on Flow Racing. Bobby, happy birthday
Bobby.
to one of the true pros in the business. As let's go down trackside to a couple of true pros themselves. Your winner of the pole shuffle, Justin Grant, is with Scotty Cook.
I guarantee you he's a little bit more of a pro than I am. This cat from my own California will start from the pole. The Chili Bowl Nationals, the second time in his career. Talk about the delicate balance, the risk reward versus, you want to advance your starting spot, but you don't want to wad your piece up.
Yeah, I'm clearly not real smart. I was wheeling and bicycling and trading sliders and banging wheels, and it's you tell yourself to just okay, worst we're gonna start fourth, but you get out there swapping sliders with a guy, and you just want to win, right? Every time you roll down the ramp here, you just want to win so bad, or at least I do, and so that's what we're aiming for. I was probably a little bit too much risk for not a ton of a reward there, but we're starting on the pole, and that's pretty big in here. So,
well, I say risk reward. It does put you that much closer in a better starting position to that coveted driller. So I know that's worth a lot, and that's why we all come here. Speaking of why we all come here, along with so many over 300 other competitors coming into this building every year, there's about the big three that you've got to beat. And I know this year, the big idea always is to get yourself into the show. Well, you've done that and won to boot. You just jump the rabbit out of the hole. You're going to start from the pole again. I know after all is done, qualification's done, you got to feel really, really good for yourself and your team.
Yeah, no, it feels great for me. It feels great for these RMS guys, NOS Energy Drink, EnviroFab, everybody that makes this possible. I just super thankful. And a lot of people don't know how much work Thomas Meserol puts in on my car. Not only on his car but on mine. He's in the shop working all the time, and he has as much credit for my success in here this year as anybody. And so I appreciate that a ton, and want to make sure that he gets the recognition on that. And want to say hi Bubba, hi Charlotte, hi Brogan. Miss you guys, love you. We'll be home soon.
Awesome. Maybe with some hardware. Before we let you go, all week long, you've seen the gamut of racing surfaces. We don't know what we're going to get tonight. 9 out of 10, it's going to be fantastic. Your thoughts on that and your approach once you cinch in?
Yeah, it's been getting pretty curbed up, which is good. It's been slick across to a pretty big curb, which makes it tricky, it's hard to run. That's one of the things we've been working on a lot, is just trying to find that stability against the curb, but not sacrificing drive off of it. So I think we're gaining on it. We're closer. We're going to have to be awfully good to stay out front of this thing. There's, obviously the talent here is very deep, and the teams are very capable, and you've got to be right on point if you're going to stay up front. So hopefully we are. I think I've got the team, and I hope I've got the talent.
You've shown that thus far. I think there's a few photogs wanting to snap a few more photos from your pole shuffle win. And with that, Will, thank you for your time. Wish you the luck. Best of luck in tonight's 55 lap A main event.
Appreciate it.
That's Justin Grant from my own California. He'll start from the pole of the 35th annual Chili Bowl Midget Nationals. And with that, we've got Bryan Ward up top side.
Thank you, Scotty. I'm standing here with the pole sitter of one of our B features tonight, and it is a stacked field behind you. How do you prepare for that?
I had a really good car Monday, so I feel like as long as we go out there and just try to be as consistent as we can be, I feel like we've got a pretty